Human beings are social animals. We all know that. What separates us from animals, however, is the way we conduct ourselves mentally, socially, and emotionally. This requires us to portray and display some social mannerisms, etiquettes, and graces about which we are taught both at home and in school. The COVID, however, mandatorily required all of us to go online all of a sudden. Though we are practicing physical distancing, this is the time when we perhaps are interacting the most through video calls on the net. Are there any etiquettes to be followed there as well? Is there anything called Netiquettes that exists? Well, you guessed that right. Today in this video, we are going to discuss about Netiquettes because no school or college ever gave us a course on the same. So here it goes. Stay in the center of the screen. Your face should neither be too high nor too low. No one likes to, interact with a half-cut face. If the camera lens is looking upon you, you loom over people. And if it's looking up at you, you seem very childlike. The distance should be at least 30 inches or what you call one arm distance. Don't get into the screen with an Oz-like head. You need space to breathe. Don't stay too distant also from it. Make sure that your room is well lit with the light being in front of you, not behind you. This makes your face look radiant and you look active as a student or as a professional. If using a mobile, use it in landscape mode while using a video call. Try to keep the background which is minimalistic and hence least distracting. Actually, I think it is a better idea if you use a virtual background with your company name and logo. Remember, even if you don't pay attention to the background, your audience will definitely will. I have a student who during her virtual classes has a plain background and just keeps a map nailed to the wall to give the room the look of a classroom. And as a teacher, I just love it. Now, just as no one likes photo bombers in the clicks, similarly ensure that there is no one loitering around or meandering around in the background while you're on a call. It looks so unprofessional and unscholarly. I've been attending so many webinars and virtual conferences during this pandemic, and believe you me, there is nothing more depressing for a speaker and nothing more indecent on the part of the viewer or the audience to keep the camera off. As part of Netiquettes, it is but mandatory to keep your camera on during the video call. Similarly, you ought to keep the mic on mute when you're not speaking. You wouldn't want the audience to hear your cooker's whistle blowing while the speaker is giving an important session on, say, sustainable development, isn't it? Unmute yourself only when you're required to speak. Enter proper name with the name of your company. For me, for instance, it would be Genius Editorial Bandhan. Do not move unnecessarily during the call. Then, eating during a video call is highly inappropriate. It is a strict no-no. Though, you could sip a cup of tea or coffee. That's perfectly fine. While speaking, speak in a normal tone. There is absolutely no need to shout. Also, don't be so soft that you're actually inaudible. Next is punctuality. Make sure you're on time for the meeting. It is not a good idea to keep people waiting. Dress smart and appropriately. Dress for success. This mantra applies both offline as well as online. As a matter of fact, it is quite a possibility that you may be required to stand in the middle of a conference or a video call, and in that case, you would look really weird if you're wearing a suit on top with a pair of shorts below. Don't speak out of turn. Stick to the time limit. It couldn't be more of a turn off than a person who keeps going on and on and on endlessly. Ensure that there is brevity and impact in your content. Once you're done, you need to inform the other people on the call by saying, "I am done, thank you." Make sure the battery of your apparatus is not low, your mic and webcam is working properly, and you have a stable Wi-Fi connection. Stay focused and attentive during the call. Actually, better still, keep a writing pad, diary, pen handy to jot down some notes which you can use later. If you have to render an exposition or give a presentation, make sure you're well organized, well prepared. Practice extensively before the meet because practice makes perfect. Be yourself, be authentic, and smile. When on a video call, things are definitely different from when we interact with people face to face. As a speaker, the audiences are muted, so no applause, no laughter, no feedback. Sometimes you actually start doubting yourself as to whether your message is actually getting across through them impactfully because you are continuously staring into your webcam. What you can best do as a first step is to let your audience see you as someone with great clarity and confidence. Interest would follow immediately. Don't keep droning on and on. Keep interacting with the audiences every 10 minutes to keep the engagement alive. Several virtual keynote speakers these days put on music and ask the audiences to groove with them because it keeps them all pepped up. I've seen a few others involving the audience in some mini mind games, some icebreakers, puzzles, and jokes which could be pertaining to the topic in question, and believe you me, these work wonders. While using a PPT, don't keep using slides throughout. You don't need to look like a postage stamp all the while, do you? Take the slides down every now and then and interact with the audience. So, that's all for now. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and goodbye till we meet again.